In addition to principal views, there are other views that can help you understand the details of 3D objects. Let's use this coffee cup as an example. If I want to see what's inside the cup, I could use hidden lines to show the inside of the cup. However, when there are too many hidden lines in a view, the view will become too crowded and may be very difficult to read. For this reason, you can use something called sectional views. The way it works is that you can create an imaginary plane, and you can use this plane as a cutter to cut through the parts. Whatever the cross-section is, you can draw that in a view. This is the most effective way to show the inside of a part. There are a few types of sectional views that you can use, and I'm going to show you how you can use them. The first one is full section view. I'm going to use this as an example. So I want to make a cut in here, and in order to show this is an imaginary cutting plane, you will have to use this line. This line is a long line, two short, one long and two short, and keep going like this, and that will be a cutting plane line. And when you see this line, then you know this is going to be, there will be a section view. So this line in here, and you will see the arrow. The arrow is where you're going to look at the parts. So I'm going to look at to the right after I cut it, and this is what the cross section looks like. And you can see this hollow area. This is the hole, which is here, and you do not need to draw these 45-degree lines, these cross section lines. This cross section line, you only draw that when the material is cut. So only here is cut, only here is cut, the rest of it are not. And you will not need to draw the cross section lines in here because it is a hole. You do, however, if this is a hole, you should draw a center line, and these solid lines, because it's a step, you can see this step, you will have to draw them. Now let's take a look at this side. And this side, the arrow is going to be to the left, and I can see this here to the left. And again, this is the hole, you don't draw it. And also this parts in here, there's no materials is cut, so you don't draw that area. You don't add the section lines in this area. However, you do draw the outside shape, which is here. See this here? You do have to draw it. So when you have a two section views, it is important to show which one is which. That's why you see this label. So A, meaning section AA. So this view is for this plane. BB, section BB in here, this here. So this view is for this plane. Now the second one is half section view. It is just half of the section. You can see that in here is this cut, and you can see only half of the section view in here. The rest of it is just a regular principal view. And then offset section view, basically it just shift some of the section plane, you can like this, to cover the area you want to show. So in this case, I want to show this hole, and this slot. So I can show all three at once. But you just have to be careful. You have to make sure you understand this is a offset section view. And there's a line section view. Basically, it's just treated like a full section view, but in this case, it's not. We want to show that in here is like a full section view. If you use this, you have to make sure you understand this is not a full section view. It's just there's a turn in here. And then a broken out section view. For some area you don't want to see, let's say in this, you want to have a little cutout in here, and that is a drill hole. So you want to show this part. The rest of it, you do not want to show it because sometimes they are just a solid bar, and there's no reason to show a solid bar like this. You can just show a section of it. And in addition to sectional views, there are detail views. There are times that you are not able to draw a lot of detail in there. You cannot dimension too much in here. For that reason, you can zoom out, create a detail view, just like this. Create this view like 3-4 times bigger, in this case 2 times bigger. And then it is a detail A. to show in here. This is A. You can have multiple details. In this case now, because it's big enough, I can add my dimensions there to show the detail of certain design. The other one you can see is a broken view. And sometimes when the part is very long, if this is repeating, the feature is repeating, there's no reason you draw everything there. You could just break it and show the details. That will help you to draw the detail much better. So in this case, if this too big, it's very difficult to see these details. Now, if I cut this off, you can see this cuts, and then you can now see all these details. And lastly, an auxiliary view. And there are times that the details of this surface, you cannot really see the detail in the front view or in the side view, because that detail is really in this case is perpendicular to this face. So you will have to create another view that's perpendicular to this face so that you can see the full detail of that plane. But if you look at the side view, these dimensions really do not give you the true size of these features. So there are many views that can help you to present your 2D model or your 3D model in a 2D way. So you can use any combination of that. There's no rules that you have to use certain ones. You can use multiple section views to create that, or you can use section view with detail views to create your drawing.